Zarathustra is also empathetic in condemning anger and cruelty. Down with wrath, crush cruelty. You who would maintain through truth the widespread penetration of the good mind, in whose company walks the just man. Such dwell in your house, O song, O Ahura. Yasna 48.7. Friendship is considered sacred and not to be betrayed. The prophet yearns for Har Mazda to treat him as his earthly friend and to teach him wisdom. Yasna 44.1. He is Ahura Mazda's friend and ally. Yasna 31.22. Apart from worshiping him in songs of praise, finally, Zarathustra's idea of the Frashal Kariri is unique as it links up man's individual choice with the renewal of existence. There can be no mass conversion of the wicked to turn them into the good. Each person must choose truth and good mind individually, and then live by them. When all mankind have fulfilled their destiny by choosing the right, then the Frashal Kariri will become a reality. This will be a long, drawn-out process. Therefore, the last word on the Gathas will never be said. To each generation, these texts will reveal an aspect of their truth relevant to the generation's specific problems, but the fulfillment of life will always remain the same, a wondrous renewal of existence. This notes section here, I'm just going to show it rather than read it for anyone that wants. The legend of Gaush, the creation story. Ahura Mazda, the embodiment of life and wisdom, uncreated and eternal, lives in everlasting light. He wished to manifest himself, so he brought forth 6 divine powers. Vohumana, the good mind. Asha, cosmic order. Truth, justice. Kshatra, sovereignty, kingdom. Power, harmati, love, devotion. Piety, zeal. Harvata, perfection. And amerta, immortality. Himself being the 7th and supreme power, including all. From Vohumana, the good mind, movement entered the static world of matter. From the essence of the material world, he first created the sky, which is a celestial fire. Secondly, he created the elemental water. Third, the earth. Fourth, the plants. Fifth, cattle. Sixth, the man. From the boundless, everlasting light, he created the fire in manifest form. The first material creation was water, from which arose all things except the seed of man and cattle. For that seed has the seed of fire within it. He then fashioned the uniquely created bull, Gav-e-Eldad, corrupted to Gav-Yodad, Gayodad, from the earth on the banks of the river Daiti Oxus, which runs through the middle of the earth. The bull was white and shining like the moon, and his height was about 3 cubits. Next he fashioned Gayarmard, mortal man, from the earth on the banks of the river Daiti, which is the middle of the earth. Gamard was about 4 cubits tall, and his width was about 3 cubits. Then from the light and freshness of the sky he fashioned the seed of man and bulls. For these seeds have their origin in fire. Not in water. He placed the seeds in the bodies of the man and the bull, so that there would be abundant progeny for men and all at once the bowels of the earth there burst forth, and Germanu, the hostile spirit, he poured forth an avalanche of evils on Gayamar, the man, and on Gadad, the bull, evils of greed, gluttony, pain, disease, lust, and sloth. On the plants he cast a blight and such poison that they withered away in an instant. But even as they were dying, they said, By moisture that belongs to Urva Mazda, he will cause us to grow again. On Gayamard and Goyadad, on Garmenu poured more calamities: lechery, want, pain, disease, and sloth. Gayamard with his last breath proclaimed, the aggressor has come now, but men will arise from my seed, and it is best for them to do good. But before Angramenyu could reach Gayadad, the bull Ahura Mazda gave him bang to chew. He rubbed some of the leaves on the animal's eyes, so that he would suffer less from Angramenyu's tortures. The bull grew pale and sickened, but his pain was short-lived. Straightway he died, but with his dying breath he uttered these words, let the actions and deeds of men work for perfect rule over the animal creation. Yet all was not lost. From the dead body of the bull there rose his living soul, Gaush. She stood before the body, and in a voice like that of an army of 1,000 men crying out loud together, she questioned Ahura Mazda, in whose hands have you trusted the care of your creatures now that the ruin that has penetrated the earth, plants withered, and waters troubled? Where is he, the man Zarathustra, whom you had promised, I will bring him forth, so that he may teach mankind reverence and care for everything that lives, every leaf and flower, every bird in the air, every fish in the waters, every four-rooted animal that roams the earth? Ahura Mazda replied, you are ill, O Gyashava. You suffer from the sickness which the evil spirit has brought upon you. The time has not yet come for me to bring forth the man who will teach reverence and care for everything that lives. Be patient. But Gyashava turned away in anger and despair. At one stride she reached the station of the stars, and in a voice like the war cry of an army of 1,000 men she called for help. But the stars darkened and hung their heads in misery. They could not help Gyashava. Forth went Gyashava, and at one stride reached the station of the moon, crying out with the voice of 1,000 men. She demanded help, but the moon covered her face with clouds and shed secret tears. She could not help Gyashava. Forth went Gyashava, and with one stride reached the station of the sun. There the Pravashi of Zarathustra appeared before her. She gazed in wonder at the angelic form. From the golden depths of the sun came the voice of Ahura Mazda. For the sake of the world I produce him who will teach reverence and care for everything that lives.